Learning objectives. At the end of this topic, you will be able to add 2 or more decimal numbers up to 3 places involving decimal numbers with decimal numbers, whole numbers and decimal numbers.
Wow! Look at this place, Mother. It's so beautiful.
We need to buy some groceries from the supermarket. You will help me to choose the items that we need.
Sure, Mom. My help is at your service. I'll get the trolley.
Okay, can you read out the weight on the food packets?
Okay, Mom. This packet of groundnuts is 2.4 kilograms. This packet is lighter. It's 2.35 kilograms. Which packet do you want, Mom?
Take the heavier packet. Please read out from the other food packets.
Yes, Mom. This packet of dried chili is 0.7 kilogram. This packet of red beans, 1.0 kilograms. This packet of anchovies is 1.28 kilogram. Which packet do you want, Mom?
Children, you have heard Anu calling out the weight of each packet of the food. Notice that all the weight are in decimal numbers. Some are in 1 decimal place, while some are in 2 decimal places. Let's read the decimal numbers again. These decimals have 1 decimal place, 0.7, 1.6, 2.4. These decimal numbers have 2 decimal places, 1.28, 2.35. Let's learn how to add 1 decimal number with 2 decimal places. We can add 2 decimal numbers using a number line. What is 0.4 plus 0.3? First, draw a number line that starts with 0. Each mark on the number line increases by 0.1. Circle 0.4. Now from 0.4, we move 3 marks to the right. See how the arrow moves 1, 2, 3. The line's on 0.7. So we can say that 0.4 plus 0.3 is 0.7. What if we need to add another decimal number, say 0.1? Yes, we move another mark to the right. Look at the arrow carefully. The answer now is 0.8. Use the same method to add another decimal number. We can also get the total addition of 2 decimal numbers using a diagram. The first diagram shows the value of 0.4. The second diagram shows the value of 0.3. Adding both the decimal numbers will give us 0.7. The same process can be used for addition of 3 or 4 decimal numbers. Look at the new diagrams. This shows 3 strips. 3 is a whole number. So 3 plus 0.5 equals 3.5. Children, let us see what happens when we add 2 decimals that need regrouping. Look at the diagram shown. What is the decimal for the shaded area? Yes, it's 0.9. The other strip is 0.7. Can we get the total of these 2 decimal numbers? We can get the answer by using the diagram. First, take one part from 7-part strip to the 9-part strip. Now all the parts are shaded. This is one whole. The remainder part is 0.6. The answer is 1.6. We can also say 9 tenths plus 7 tenths equals 16 tenths. 16 tenths is 1.6. Let's learn to add 2 decimals or 1 decimal place using the place value chart. Remember the place value for decimals? Yes, the place value of decimals is less than 1. Look at the place value chart. This is how you write 0.5. How should we write 0.1 and 0.6? Place the digits according to its place value. We write 0.1 this way. Then we write 0.6. Start adding from the tenths. 1 plus equals 6 equals 7. 0 plus 0 equals 0. The answer is 0.7. If we want to add another 0.2, we place 2 below 7 and place 0 below 0. The answer now is 0.9. Remember, we put the decimal mark in one straight line. Children, we can use the place value chart to add 2 or more decimals involving mixed numbers. This is a mixed number. We read it as 3.2. Let's see what happens when we add 2 decimals. Add 3.2 and 13.4. Using the place value chart, we write 3 in the ones place and 4 in the tenths column. Remember to place the decimal point in a straight line. Add 2 tenths and 4 tenths. We get 6 tenths. Add 3 ones and 3 ones, we get 6 ones. There is only 1 tenth. So the answer is 16.6. Use the same method to add more decimals. Let us learn more ways to add 2 decimal numbers. We can use the vertical form of adding 2 decimal numbers. For example, 0.2 plus 0.3. First we write 0.2, then write 0 below 0 and 3 below 2. Remember to put the decimal point in a straight line. Start adding from the right. So, plus 3 equals 5. So, 2 plus 3 equals 5. 0 plus 0 equals 0. The answer is 0.5. The same method is applied if we want to add more decimals. Add another 0.3 to the answer. Write 0 below 0 and 3 below 5. The answer now is 0.8. We can also place the 3 decimals and find the total. See how this is done. Arrange 3 decimals with decimal points in a straight line. Then add as usual. 2 plus 3 is 8. The answer is 0.8. Children, we've learned to add 2 or more decimals or 1 decimal place. We can also add decimals with 1 whole number. Before we proceed, let's recall what 2 decimal place means. 0.3 has 1 decimal place. If we add 17 as a whole number with 0.3, we write 1 in the tenths column and 7 in the ones column. Notice that 17 has no decimal point. So we put decimal point and place 0 below 3 for easy calculation. The answer is 17.3. Use the same method to add up 4 decimals. Remember to put the decimal points in a straight line. Children, there are times we need to add 2 mixed decimal. Remember that decimals have whole numbers and decimal number. Look at the example. 23.8. Notice that 23 is a whole number and 0.8 is a decimal number. Let's calculate the sum. Add 45.1 and 31.4. Write the numbers in the place values. Write 4 in the tenths column, 5 in the ones column and 1 in the tenths column. Repeat for 31.4. The answer is 26.5. We can add more numbers using the same method. Now let's learn how to add decimals of 2 decimal places. Before that, look at these numbers. Can you say what this number is? Yes, it is 0.47. Look at the place value chart. 0 is in the ones place, 4 is in the tenths place, 7 is in the hundreds column. So, 0.47 has 2 decimal places. To add decimals of 2 decimal places, we can use the place value chart and the vertical form. Let's see how we can use the place value chart. To add 0.36 and 7.28, add the hundreds first. 600 plus 8 hundredths equals 14 hundredths. 14 hundredths is 1 tenth and 4 hundredths. Write 4 in the hundredths column and 1 in the tenths column. Add the numbers in the tenths column. We get 6 tenths. Lastly, add 0 and 7 in the ones column. We get 7. So the answer is 7.64. Now let's try using vertical form. 0.9 plus 5.31 plus 7. First arrange the decimals in one straight line, then fill in the numbers. Then fill in zeros as placeholder and add as usual. The answer is 13.21. Let's count the total marks obtained by Asha and Kala. We can use the place value chart. This is the place value chart. This is place value for ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. Asha obtained 5.613. Kala obtained 4.361. Add the numbers. 3 plus 1 is 4, 1 plus 6 is 7, 6 plus 3 is 9. Here's the decimal point. 5 plus 4 is 9. Can you say out the answer for me? Yes, the answer is 9.974. Let's use the diagrams to add two decimal numbers. Add 1.48 and 3.15. This is a 100 square block. 1.48 is 1 whole plus 48 parts of 100 squares. 3.15 is 3 whole plus 15 parts. Now we have 4 whole and 63 parts. So the answer is 4.63. Let's calculate the points obtained by all 4 rhythmic gymnasts by using the vertical form. Remember the points obtained for each of them. Let's check it out. Asha obtained 5.613, Leela 4.361, Kala 5 and Uma 6.22. Add all the points accordingly. Always remember to arrange the decimal points in a straight line using place holding zeros for easier calculation. Start adding from the right. 3 plus 1 is 4, 1 plus 6 plus 0 plus 2 equals 9, 6 plus 3 plus 0 plus 2 equals 11. 11 is more than 10, so carry 1 to the ones. 5 plus 5 equals 10. 4 plus 6 equals 10. 10 plus 10 equals 20, plus 1 equals 21. So the answer is 21.194. This is another method to add 4 decimal places. Asha obtained 5.613, Leela 4.361, Kala 5 and Uma 6.22. Add Asha and Leela's points first, then Kala and then Uma's points. Asha obtained 5.613 while Leela obtained 4.361. Add them together, what do you get? Yes, it's 9.974. Kala obtained 5 points while Uma obtained 6.22. Try to add them together. Did you get 11.22? Now add both the sums together. 9.974 plus 11.22. Can you guess the answer? Yes, it's 21.194. Congratulations! You have learnt the following. Add any 2 to 4 decimals or 1 decimal place involving decimals only, whole numbers and decimals, mixed decimals. Add any 2 to 4 numbers up to 3 decimal places involving decimal numbers with decimal numbers, whole numbers with decimal numbers. Remainder. Always place the decimal points in a straight line. 0 is a placeholder to make calculation easier. Start adding from the right. Adding 0 does not change the value of the decimal. Divide your class into 3 groups. Using a measuring tape, measure the length of the window frames, door frames, and the tabletops in meters. Fill in the table. Compare your measurements. Did you get the same measurements? Discuss with your teacher why if it is not the same.